public school teachers have a tough job. It is especially tough now. For many teachers, it has become too much. But what if there was another way? What if teachers could stay in it but not stay in it?
When I walk in the building in the morning and see everyone walking in and all the life, there are really times that I just sit like, wow. It's hard to believe that something you dreamed up and wrote out on a piece of paper is like live and living and moving.
In states like Florida, it's easy to find classroom teachers who decided to stay in it but not stay in it. What they did was leave public schools and create their own private schools. The expansion of education choice is enabling them. School choice scholarships and education savings accounts aren't just helping students and families, they're helping teachers.
The reason why I moved from the public school to founding Autism Inspired Academy is because as I worked in the public school system as a teacher for 5 years, I saw the lack of continuity throughout the classrooms. I would have a student that would increase their academic skills, they would decrease a lot of their behaviors, become more social and able to communicate, and I would have that student for 2 years and then send them on to another teacher where all of those skills would get lost or they would start to regress. After 5 years in the school system, I decided to open a school where we could have that continuity through the classrooms and where the teachers could be highly trained and supported and given all of the resources they need in order to make that happen.
I decided to leave a career in public school and start a private school because I felt like my hands were tied with what I needed to do for our students. And by our students, I mean those students of color, Black and brown. In my life, I'm the first person in my family to graduate from college. On my father's side of the family, I was the first and only male for a long time to even graduate high school. And so I witnessed a lot of males in my family and community lose their life, have to leave their families because they suffer for a lot of the problems that are associated with the lack of education. And when I see the progress that our students make, I'm just elated. We have a group of students who are middle school students, 7th and 8th graders, who just completed 22 college credit hours. Things of that nature are not happening at the neighborhood schools that they come from.
Many teacher entrepreneurs told us they wanted to build new models that were better not only for students, but for teachers. Back in the day, school choice advocates talked a lot about teacher empowerment. It makes a lot of sense. Many of the teacher entrepreneurs we've learned from also said they were motivated because their own children weren't a good fit in the school systems they worked for.
So my daughter has special needs. She has Marfan's. With Marfan's and the connective tissue problems that she has and being on heart meds, public school really wasn't an option for her. And so I wanted to create a community for her to where she would have friends. And so creating Kirby Homeschool Co-op was my choice for her. Becoming a teacher really for me was really the first time that I had personal insurance. Like I had insurance through the school board and I had job security and so it was really terrifying when I left the classroom to start this. I didn't even know how we were going to buy groceries, It was terrifying, but yet the reward made it worth it. And then when you see the difference that you make even with one child, you just keep going.
Even with the expansion of education choice, there are still barriers for teacher entrepreneurs, but those hurdles are hardly insurmountable. Policymakers should listen to what this special group of entrepreneurs has to say. Other teachers may want to hear them out too.
I used to say and kind of think to myself, when I saw my band like marching down the street, like I know it's real. And so my band has performed in Miami and Jacksonville and Tallahassee and Daytona and Augusta and all over the state and in a couple other states. And so just being to that point is like an amazing feeling.
I was sitting where you were sitting a few years ago as a classroom teacher in a special education program at a public school, and it is possible to be able to move forward, network, get to know people, and find other people like you that have that common dream to do something bigger and something more and open your own school. So do not give up on that because you can do it, just like I did.
Teachers are naturally creative. And like to jump out there and do things, and so I would encourage, other educators that there's freedom outside of four walls. It's unimaginable what happens when you take off the barriers and you peel back those banana peels and you're free to be the teacher that God created you to be.